I recently opened a store on the print-on-demand marketplace SpoonFlower. SpoonFlower is known to be the print-on-demand marketplace for fabrics, but also for high-end home decor products. And when I say high-end, I mostly mean expensive. In the latest Q&A, I was asked if I plan on making a SpoonFlower tutorial video, and I answered no because I'm planning to do a whole series, going from how to get started, what kind of files you can upload, how to create all of these files, product reviews of the different fabrics that you can find on SpoonFlower to know maybe which ones you want to order for yourself or which ones you want to recommend to clients to get. There are going to be marketing videos for SpoonFlower, tips and tricks and questions from our community, information about design challenges, and a whole lot more. But let's not jump the gun and start from the beginning and talk a little bit about SpoonFlower, getting accepted to SpoonFlower, uploading to SpoonFlower, and I've said the word SpoonFlower so many times. But before we get started, I just want to get one thing out of the way first, and that is, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meo, and I teach creative people how to sell their art online, and this is SpoonFlower Part 1, how to start a store with SpoonFlower. And in this video, I'm going to be covering what is SpoonFlower Print on Demand, what kind of items you can get there, how can you start selling in your store. I know that a lot of people were talking about the fact that you have to order each and every single one of your designs, which is not true anymore. How to get verified as a seller, what kind of files can you upload, basically showing you the uploading process for 4 different types of files, 4 different ratios, 4 different file types. We're going to also talk about the revenue on this platform, how they pay their sellers, and a little bit of statistics. This is something that I'm passionate about. And yeah, let's start from the beginning. What is SpoonFlower? SpoonFlower is a print-on-demand marketplace. The difference between a marketplace and a supplier is that a supplier can integrate with your existing stores, whether on a marketplace like Etsy or Amazon, or with your own stores such as WooCommerce, which is WordPress, Squarespace, or Shopify. And the list is actually very long. There are other shop builders there. A print-on-demand marketplace, on the other hand, doesn't give you your own shop in most cases. It gives you your own part in their marketplace, in their platform, where you just upload the designs and they take care of everything else, including the payments that the clients are making and customer service. You basically get a designer portfolio, which is translating your designs into products, and you get commissions every month, every 2 weeks, every when you withdraw it, depending on the marketplace. So SpoonFlower is a marketplace. SpoonFlower Marketplace is mostly known for the print-on-demand fabrics, and the fact is I'm saying fabrics, not fabric, because there are loads of them. Seriously, if you go into SpoonFlower to one of your designs or to one of my designs, you're going to see a lot of different fabrics. We have performance linen costing $49 a yard, organic sweet pea gauze for $24 a yard. You have polycrepe de Chine or de China, or de Chin, I don't even know how to call it, for $24 a yard. You have satin fabrics from $22 a yard. You have seersucker, seriously? That's the name of a fabric. Sports lycra from $36 a yard. And fabrics go from pretty much $22 a yard to $69 or $80 a yard based on the type of fabric that people want to order for their project. Buyers have the option of buying 3 sizes of fabrics. They can buy a swatch, which is 8 by 8 inches. They can buy a fat quarter or a full yard. These sound ridiculous to me since my head works in centimeters, but fine. On top of selling your patterns over on SpoonFlower on fabrics, you can also sell them on wallpaper. And when I say wallpaper, I mean multiple types of wallpapers, like the pre-pasted wallpaper, peel and stick, non-pasted, grass cloth, and even silver and gold metallic wallpapers, which of course change the design a little bit. And we're probably going to cover that in a full video dedicated to wallpapers. But going back to what we're talking about here now, which is the products available, you have rectangular tablecloths, round tablecloth, table runners, cocktail napkins, tea towels, placements, dinner napkins, duvet covers, standard pillowcases, multiple types of pillowcases, and extra long lumber pillowcase. You have throw pillows, curtain panels, throw blankets, wall hangings. Honestly, I was surprised seeing how many different types of pillows they have, but the prices are insane. If I click on just one of the pillows here that I found, this is one of my dotted ice cream patterns. So this pillowcase is made from Cypress cotton canvas with an insert for 18 inches, and it's $74. That's insane. Obviously, you can change the type of fabric in order to make this design a bit cheaper. I think, let's click on recycled canvas. Yeah, it went down to $69. or choose the cover only, which is $59, which is an insane price to pay for a pillowcase. If I look at their table runners, yep, $54 for the smallest size of table runner. If I'm looking at sheet set for, let's say you have a king size bed, we're talking about $284, which is very expensive and much more expensive than the other marketplaces such as Redbubble and Society6 that might have equivalent products, but probably not in the same quality of fabric as SpoonFlower, because it is known as the fabric marketplace. Creating an account on SpoonFlower to sell or to buy is free to open. However, if you want to sell on SpoonFlower, there are 4 things that you're going to have to do. The first is to verify your email address. I think it's kind of like the normal thing for every single platform. 2, to accept the seller's agreement, which is again for every platform. 3, verify your home address by making an order to your own home. Yes. So at this point, I would like to stop and mention that again, in the past, and this is something that I know was holding me back from actually going into SpoonFlower because I am a very avid surface and pattern designer. So for me, in the past, SpoonFlower was a risk because you had to order every single item that you want to sell. And now apparently it's not the case. So you just have to make this one order to verify your home address, which I did. And 4, fill out the tax form, which I'm gonna say this in advance. Please do not ask print-on-demand YouTubers or people you don't know how to fill out a tax form to sell things online. Because one, I'm not an accountant, and I'm guessing a lot of the other people that you're asking are not an accountant, and the other print-on-demand YouTubers are not accountants, certified tax attorneys, whatever. And 2, even if I tell you exactly how I filled my tax form, it's not going to help you unless you have the same exact business type in the same exact country. So I really recommend looking at this with a tax consultant or your CPA if you have one. You can find all of these steps in your dashboard under this little tab that says verify your account. And once you do all of them, you're going to get this like announcement. Congratulations, you are now a verified seller. By the way, I got this announcement right after making the order. It's not like I had to receive the order to my own home and do something with it. So the minute I made the order to test out a few fabrics, that's when I got to be a certified seller, obviously after I have filled out my tax form. Now, before we get to the uploading part of how to upload designs onto SpoonFlower, the types of designs you can upload, and even how to manage collections and your designs page, I just want to mention a little bit about the shop overall look. If you go into your account, you can see that you have a place to fill out external links that you have, as well as information about you. You will have a place for 2 photos. The first one is a square photo, a 1:1 ratio photo that is recommended to be at least 250 pixels. In it, you can put your shop's logo. If this shop is, for example, as a brand, or you can put a photo of you, which is what I did because my shop is named Me Arroyo, so it's named after me. So I just put my own photo. The second photo that you need to put in is the shop banner, which is 868 by 117 pixels. I actually created my shop's banner twice the size just to make sure that it looks good using exactly double the measurements. I created it using Canva, using photos of me holding a pillow with a pattern that I knew I'm going to sell in the store, and just writing something quirky and cool on it. If you guys want me to make a short tutorial on designing this kind of cover photo, please let me know in the comments down below. But let's get to the meat of this video, which is the process of uploading designs, proofing the designs, writing the title, the tags, the description, adjusting your design on fabrics, home decor items, and wallpaper, and of course, again, with 4 different file types. In the part of the screen, I will also be going over the collections, how to add a collection, and a little bit of cool bulk editing options that you have, or sort of like overview edit options that you have for a product, because they do have this really cool feature that you don't have to go into each and every product if you want to change something small in it. After that, we're going to get back to me and we're going to talk a little bit more about the royalties, how you get paid, some interesting statistics about SpoonFlower that I got from Similar Web, as well as limits per week, a little bit about keywords, and what we have next coming up in this series. So stay tuned for that, but for now, let's go to my screen and have some fun uploading designs to SpoonFlower. Welcome to SpoonFlower, and I'm not going to chit chat a lot more. I'm just going to quickly go to my profile and upload my design. Now, when you upload files onto SpoonFlower, you can upload them 10 at a time, and you don't have to list them right away. So you can upload bulkily and then list them after. And I've already prepared several files here based on 4 different file types that I want to show you. We have a seamless pattern, just a PNG with a transparent background, a random shape that I got here, and an 8100 by a 5400 pattern. And I'm going to upload all of them and then explain to you how each one of them can be designed on different products, on fabrics, on wall hangings, on SpoonFlower. The upload is complete. I can edit a single design from here or just go to my design library. I'm going to click on edit designs in my design library. Now I'm going to do these 4 different design types or different file types and show you how to design them. And then we're going to go over a little bit on how this dashboard looks like and what you can do from your design library, because there are a lot of things that you can do from here that save you a lot of time when it comes to entering and exiting a product you want to edit. So I'm just going to quickly just open this in a new tab. I clicked on Command and the mouse, or you can just click on Open Link in a new tab. This is personally how I like to edit things. I'm also going to open this one in a new tab, this one, and this one. Let's start with the most basic thing that you can upload onto SpoonFlower, which is a seamless pattern. In this case, the seamless pattern, as you can see here, is 4000 by 4000 pixels. I made it on Procreate. I actually made this pattern from the B bundle I have over on Tribe. These are some of the product ideas that I made. So this is basically the pattern that I designed. And the first thing that I do, and this is my order of doing things, obviously you can do things differently, is edit my thumbnail. Because in this case, it's a bit more cropped and I want people to have a better look at what's going on with the pattern. This is basically the thumbnail, as you can see here, that people will see when they search anything on SpoonFlower. So I want to put my best foot forward, which will be this pattern. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go to edit the title and search details. Now, you might find yourself having different titles based on the collections that you had. For example, if I had multiple bee patterns, I could just write happy bee pattern and then number 1 or number 15. In this case, I'm going to write down happy bee pattern number 1. I can't do hashtag. Let's just write 1. Description, and feel free to describe your pattern. And there's actually 2 places to describe this description with 150 characters and also additional details for another 255 characters. You can make both of them the same. I don't really recommend that. What I recommend doing is describing the pattern here, and then in the extra details, maybe add what it's good for or how you made it. So I'm going to start with describing this pattern. Happy Bee Pattern 1, the first of the bee pattern collection with bright colors and happy spring feeling. Now let's look at tags. You can have 13 tags on SpoonFlower, and those tags are also a part of seasons, occasions, patterns, techniques, and styles. So if this was bohemian, farmhouse, goth, whatever, other patterns like an animal print, we have also different seasons of the year. I'm going to start writing some tags, and I want you to see if I write spring, it actually puts it on the seasons and holidays occasion because it knows it's a season and holiday. I'm going to write bee pattern, bees. Now, one thing that I have heard a lot of people recommend is that if you are branded as a surface pattern designer, fabric designer, put the name of you or the name of your shop in the tags. This is currently not something I think about doing, but I can actually bulk do it after without editing this page, which is really cool. I'm going to add stuff like, I don't know, beehive, flowers. Now, if I write floral, I want you to also notice that it goes into patterns and techniques. I'm also having like suggestions for me, so animal print would work. Let's see. I think that also generally speaking, if you look at these could be really good suggestions for things you might want to design for because these are already things that people are designing for. I'm going to do kids, maybe. Kids pattern, happy pattern. Well, that's not a keyword research video, so this is where you put your tags. Is this mature content? No. And add to collection. In this case, I don't actually have the bee collection, so I'm not going to add it into a collection at this point. I'm going to show you how I do it after when we get to the collections part, but I am going to write the additional details. I wrote, the Happy Bee Pattern Collection is a hand-illustrated pattern design collection of happy bees illustrated using digital acrylic brushes using Procreate. These patterns are great for happy and playful fabric creations, recommended for kids. Now, because I know I'm going to have a full collection of this and I'm probably going to want to use this additional detail on and on, I click on Command C to basically copy the text, and I open Notes and I'm going to write Happy Bee Pattern Collection and add this here. This is a way for me to basically keep track of it and constantly be able to use this for this collection. Clicking on save. I didn't have to add it to a collection in order to save it, and it is going to be appearing on the shop without adding it to a collection. Again, I'm going to show you a little bit later on how to do that. Now, if you want to participate in a design challenge, you need to enter the design from here. There will be a separate part of the SpoonFlower series about design patterns after I enter some of them. But for now, let's look at the edit scale and repeat. I'm going to enter the fabric one. And here you can see what happens if someone is going to order, if I'm not mistaken, this would be 42 or 40. This is 42 by 36 inches, and I can translate it into centimeters as well. So if this is my scale with centimeters or with inches, then I would know that, for example, the beehive starts around here and ends around here. So it's roughly 10 centimeters just for the beehive, and the bee is also going to be huge. So I don't think that I want something this big. So I'm going to move and scale it a little bit down so the units are going to be smaller. This is still going to be 10 centimeters. This is really big. I have some really big items, and I like how this looks like this. And I'm going to save it. Now, as I saved it, it sort of updates the other products here and changes them to the same ratio as this new pattern that I scaled. The wallpaper ratio is being done separately. Let's click on edit. And here I'm translating this into centimeters. And for wallpapers, you need to remember that people want to cover a big surface of their wall, maybe. So in this case, I generally make the patterns, well, not so small. Because if I make it like this, look at the size of the hat or the wall, I think I'll leave it as big as possible. So I just click on cancel because I like it as is. Now I need to do two things in order to put this to sale. The first one is to proof it, and the second one is to list it for sale. So let's click on not proofed. And what's going to happen here is that the pattern is going to open zoomed in, and this is the line of the pattern. Now I'm scrolling back with my trackpad, but you can also do it with this in and out. And basically here you can see if this is actually a seamless pattern or if you made a mistake. Some people do it as the first thing that they ever do to make sure that they're not doing all this process if something is a mistake. But in my case, I already tested this pattern and I know that it's going to look good. Once I see that it looks good, I click on it, and now I can click on for sale and decide what I want to sell it on. Now, I want to sell it on wallpaper, fabric, and all home decor. There is another case, another thing that you can do, which is to upload a horizontally aligned 27 inches by 18 inches design, and then it's going to be on wall hangings, tea towels, and fabrics only. I have not done that. This is not the case here, so I'm not going to be doing that. I want you to notice one thing though. The wall hanging is here, and so is the tea towel. So it doesn't mean that I'm not going to sell them. Let's, by the way, have a look at some more products. We have the table runner, the tablecloth, the throw pillow, and the throw blanket, and all of them are designed from the fabric ratio. I'm going to click on it again. I'm selling it basically on everything, including wallpaper. Let's save this up. And if I'm going back to my store right now and I'll click on new, you can already see that this design has been listed here. Again, without a collection, of course, but we can add it a little bit later. I would like to carry on with the 27 inches by 18 inches. And I want you to have a look at the design because this is the design that I uploaded. Obviously, this is a very bad painting for a wall hanging because the wall hanging is vertically aligned, not horizontally, but we are using a horizontal file. And the left side of this image, when it's horizontal, is going to be the top of our wall hanging. And of course, you better make it repetitive. As you can see here, This is a seamless pattern. It might not be 1:1 ratio, but it is a seamless pattern. Let's have a look at how it looks in action. I'm not going to edit the thumbnail. I'm not going to do anything. I'm immediately going to go into the fabric, click on edit, and as I'm scaling it, I'm going to write 27. And this is how it's going to repeat. And then I'm going to save. As you can see, it's thinking, it's changing the product, and it still looks really bad on the wall hanging. I'm going to go to proofing, scale all the way back, zoom back, zoom back, zoom back. It looks good. And when I click on for sale, I'm going to choose this. And now I want you to look at what happens. Everything in this page changes, and this all of a sudden scales into the wall hanging, and it already aligned itself to be vertically aligned. It looks vertical on the tea towel, and if I click on the fabric, we have the same result. Now, if I'm going to do something different with the fabric, let's try and half this out. So I'm going to click 9 here and see what happens. Basically, it's going to duplicate this 4 times for the other designs, for the wall hanging and the tea towel. Like that, which I do not want. So let's go back to the normal 27 by 18 inches. I will be making a separate tutorial on how to create designs for SpoonFlower. Let's go to the thumbnail. I'm going to choose the centered crop, even though, the lips are kind of on the side, but that's what we get. And now let's finish uploading the item. I finished with my tags, abstract, brush strokes, geometric, stripes, lips, kiss, whatever. And I don't have a collection for that yet. And no additional details. I'm just going to click on save. And this design is already public. If I'm going to head back to my store and refresh the page of sorting new designs, it's here. Yes, it looks on the side. But if I go into it, this is how the fabric looks if you order a fat quarter. If you order a yard, it's going to include this. And if you want to go to wall hangings, it's going to look normal. I actually ordered a wall hanging. I'm really looking forward to making the review on it. I'm really hoping it's going to look really good. I'm trying to think, it's just fabric. It's going to be pretty epic. I mean, it's Litten cotton canvas, but that's irrelevant. Let's carry on with this design, which is simply a transparent background PNG of an eye. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to fabric immediately to edit. And I'm going to make this a bit smaller. Let's choose centimeters. So I'll get the gist because my head doesn't work in inches. So each eye is going to be approximately 10 centimeters. But I'm going to choose a half brick pattern or a half drop pattern. I just uploaded a PNG. That's it, with a transparent background, and this is how it's going to look. I'm going to click on save, and I want you to see how the products here are just changing as I speak to be in the ratio and in the style of this. Also, the thumbnail has changed, which is good. It's how I want it to look. But what hasn't changed is the wallpaper. So I'm going to go to edit that. I am also going to half drop it and scale it. Obviously down, let's go with centimeters so I know what I'm doing. And it's telling me that the width of each block is 10 centimeters. I think I want it a bit bigger than that. Do we half brick it? No, we half drop it. We can also mirror it. You can't really see the difference, I guess, from here, but we'll see it with the other design. And here I'm going to click on save. Let me quickly go through this process. So I wrote yellow evil eye pattern. The yellow or gold evil eye is linked to the sun's energy, symbolizing vitality, happiness, and good health. Added some tags, adding it to a collection called Yellow Gold Evil Eye because I already have it, and save. Now I'm going to have to proof this design. Zooming all the way out, obviously it looks good. And then I can add it for sale on fabrics and wallpapers and all of the home decor items. By the way, if you like this video so far or found this content useful, please hit the like button down below because every time you do that, believe it or not, it really does help my channel. And subscribe for my channel if you're not yet subscribed and you want to check out more cool tutorials about print on demand, design patterns, design t-shirts, marketing, and all that jazz. Now back to the tutorial. Last but not least, we have this design. I'm going to quickly show this to you, which basically I'm going to do sort of the same thing with this as I've done with the PNG with transparent background, but this is just like a white evil eye on a background of dark pastel indigo, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to do pretty much the same thing here. I'm going to go to the fabrics, click on edit, minimize this a little bit, and then try to see what looks good, because this looks cool. This could work well. So now you can see the mirroring and how the mirror thing works, or the half drop. I kind of like the half brick pattern, or just do center and just sell people a blank fabric. No, I'm kidding. I like the half brick pattern. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. I need, again, centimeters to visualize this. I'm going to make this a lot smaller. Honestly, now that I'm looking at it, I kind of wish that I would rotate it a little bit before. Maybe I should. I kind of feel like I want it to go like from up to down. So I'm just going to go to this design and turn it around and then cancel and go back to file options, replace current file with this one. Now this one is 2107 by 3000. It's not like this is a big design that I worked on or something incredibly difficult to make. This is something you can literally do like with a heart on Canva and some background. So it's a pretty simple design to make. Let me just go to centimeters again. We're looking at each eye approximately being 7 or 8 centimeters, which I think I wanted to be, oh, let's go scaling it a little bit smaller and save and watch everything adapt to what I just did. Ta-da! This actually looks really good. As someone who really likes the Nazar eye, the amulet, I really think it looks good. We do need to edit the wallpaper. Let's make it smaller again. And we did a half brick or half drop? Half drop. Okay. Let's see how it looks. So each eye is approximately going to be 8 centimeters, or maybe let's make it a bit bigger. I think this is looking better. And save. Awesome. We don't need to edit the thumbnail. It's cool. Let's proof it really quickly. Of course, it's going to be seamless because the edges are literally the same blank, like the same color. Let's quickly run through this. I'm going to add it to the collection of white and gray evil eye, save it. And the only thing I have left to do here is to put it for sale as wallpaper, fabrics, and home decor. Now I'm going to go back to my shop, refresh the page, click on new. And as you can see, we have the 4 new designs here, but as I mentioned, those 2 don't have a collection yet. So I'm heading back to my design library and I'm going to click on collections here. You can also go from your profile. And here you can see a lot of collections that I have. Now, some of them look kind of weird. I mean, Make It Pink collection has 7 designs, but it only shows 1. And the reason for that is the rest of them, I uploaded them, attached them already to a collection, but I haven't put them up for sale yet. Now, I'm going to show you how to create collections and how exactly is something already on a collection without being put for sale. Let's click on create new collection and I'm going to name this collection Happy Bees. I wrote the Happy Bee Pattern Collection is a curated pattern collection of hand-illustrated bees and other nature elements made using acrylic digital brushes on Procreate, and I want to make it visible to the public and create. And this is the collection here, and I'm quickly going to create a new collection for, I don't know if to call it Abstract Acrylic Kisses or Lips, but that's what I went for. Abstract Acrylic Kisses, a collection of hand-illustrated lips made using acrylic digital brushes on Procreate in a variety of different colors and patterns, and I'm going to make it public. Awesome. Now I'm going back to all of my designs here on the menu, and right from here, I can click and do the word kiss and add this to a collection from here. I don't have to enter this product in order to put it in a collection. Same goes for the Happy Bees. I can also add tags literally right from here. So for example, if you come up with a tag after and you're like, oh, I wanted to put this tag somewhere, you can do it from here. And also select an action like print and purchase, make this design private, make this design for sale. upload a revision, download the file, and so on and so on and so on. You can also change the description of the product right from here, as well as the name of the product right from here without actually entering the products over and over again. I'm going to head on over back to my shop. And here I want to show you what people will see. We have all collections and designed collection. So in the design collection, now I can see that there is 7, even though there isn't one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link to my shop and I'm going to open it in a different browser in which I am not a seller because I want to see what people see when they come into my shop without being me. So you can see here design collections and they see one design here, not 7. Now, one thing that is really cool about collections that I have to let you know is that collections can also be used for a buyer to order a mix of things on the same fabric. Let me show you this with this collection that I have of flowers. So this is 4 different designs for flowers, and people can click on fill a yard of fabric with this collection. So the yard can look like this, have 2 designs, can have 4 designs going over like this, can have up to 42 designs, 12 and 48. I don't think it's really important. Let's go with 4. And let's choose satin and design your project. And all I did was click on this and click on this. Now I'm going to click here and here and click here and here and here and here. And someone can literally order this as a project already if they want to use this in their design. And this is important because you really need to think about what you're doing when you are creating collections. So for example, I have here the Happy Retro Flowers. If you look at them, they could work really well together if someone is ordering a bunch of them or filling a yard with them for a specific project. With the tutorial part of the video out of the way, and now you know how to upload designs onto SpoonFlower, let's head back to me. Talk a little bit more about this platform. What can you expect in terms of getting paid and stuff, and what's going to be in the full SpoonFlower series in the future videos. So thanks for watching till now, and take it away, me. And we're back to me. And I do not think that this was hard. This was actually pretty easy. I think SpoonFlower was a pretty easy platform for me to understand from the get-go. But again, you have to look at this from the point of view of someone who will want to use a fabric. Because if you're going to make a design and it's going to be spaced out too big or spaced out too small, no one can actually use the fabric. So I think the biggest thing here will be to think as if you're buying the fabrics and how would you like them to look like, or buying the wallpaper and how would you like it to look like. Now, as I promised, facts about SpoonFlower. Let's start with the fact that you can upload and make available in your store 50 designs per week. You don't have to immediately activate everything that you upload. I have loads of designs that I haven't made for sale yet. I'm working on actually uploading them based on a collection, so there's going to be some kind of logical feed if people click on all of my new items, but 50 per week is your limit when it comes to uploading. When you're going to reach that limit, the platform is going to tell you you've uploaded 50 designs this week and you cannot upload anymore. You get notifications by email pretty much daily on who decided to favorite your designs or to follow your store. You also have access from the notifications in your dashboard. However, you don't have stats like how many people visited your store or what products they were looking at. And I feel like this is a little bit of a mess because I would love to know, how many people see my products, because I think that this is a major part of designing. I mean, if you had one person favorite your design, is it from 2 people who saw it or from 1,000? That means a lot on the design, but this is information that we do not have with SpoonFlower. What we do have is 10% royalty on every sale made. This platform is not like Society6 or Redbubble or Zazzle, where you basically add your markup or your percentage that you want to get. You just get a flat rate of 10% royalties, and you'll get paid by PayPal every 14 days once an order is approved if the order is above $10, and it will be in your Spoon dollars. You can also use this money to make orders for yourself and use them for buying more fabrics for you or home decor items, whether you want to do it because you're genuinely excited to get some of your own products or you want to do it as a part of marketing your own products. I ran SpoonFlower.com on SimilarWeb to check out their statistics, and I found that they have a little less than 2.5 million visits per month, with 74.8% of the visits coming from the United States and a little less than 5% coming from Canada, and the rest of the 20 coming from anywhere else. Out of the websites referring to SpoonFlower, 25% of the traffic from the referring websites was from link.tree. So that already tells us that a lot of these people are coming from social media pages of artists, like links pages of artists on social media. And out of the traffic coming from social media platforms over to SpoonFlower, 57%, which is the largest margin, came from Pinterest. If you go over to SpoonFlower to the search bar and you start typing a keyword, it's not going to complete you with different ideas like it would in other print-on-demand marketplaces. And if you search for any kind of keyword, you're going to see a result that is less than 10,000 or 10,000. There is no more than 10,000 search results. So if there are 100,000 search results, it's still going to say 10,000. So I would advise maybe to see if the patterns you have are on the lower spectrum of those keywords. And I'm actually thinking about making a video about that because I'm doing this research for myself and I would love to share it with you guys. Now, unlike other marketplaces, the designs that you put in are actually automatically shown on the feed of search. So if I just uploaded something to my store and I search for the new items under that keyword, I would find myself. And today I actually checked out Evil Eye Pink as a keyword because I have a lot of evil eye designs. And out of the best results, I think mine was in the first 9. And I just uploaded it a few days ago. So your items do appear on search much faster than I guess other platforms. I do know that some platforms don't show your items on search results unless they're purchased first, for example, with TeePublic, but that's not the case here. SpoonFlower has design challenges, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go over to the design page, and the way that it works is that you can go into their design challenge page. I'm gonna leave a link to that one in the description, and you can vote on designs that were already submitted by people or participate in a design challenge yourself. Now, for the time of the participation, you can't see what other people are creating. You can't vote while people are creating. So there is a time for everybody to create and participate in the design challenge, and then the participation ends. The time of entering the challenge ends, and then starts the time of voting. And there is a nice section that they wrote here about why participate. So express yourself to win prizes and earn commission, to get your work discovered, because if you do come up at the top 100 of the design challenge, you will get discovered quicker. It's a part of the community. You learn and grow as an artist and set your discipline. So basically, learning how to do things based on a design challenge because someone designed, I think it's actually kind of cool. I think it's like one of those, can you draw this in your style kind of thing. As for prizes, if you participate, you get $200 in SpoonFlower credit if you win first place, 100 for second place, 50 for third. Fourth till 10th place will get $20 in SpoonFlower credits. And here's kind of the tricky part. Everyone between the first and the 100th is going to automatically have their designs available without having to order a swatch. I think this is like an old phrasing because I didn't have to order any swatches to make my designs public. And the designs that win will be featured in the winning designs page. And I can also tell you that I found the winning designs over on the SpoonFlower Pinterest because they put it there, which is pretty cool. If you want to participate in a challenge, I will leave a link again below to the design challenges so you can see which design challenge is currently going on and you can participate in it. However, please remember, you cannot participate with an old design that you have. You have to upload a new one and enter it into the contest. As I said in the beginning, I have a lot of plans for this SpoonFlower series. I have a video that I want to do with multiple fabrics that I ordered. I also ordered the wall hanging. I think that this would be the third part of the series. The second one, I plan to do a video dedicated to the multiple ways in which you can create patterns, what type of patterns you can create, and what kind of tools you can use to create the patterns for these products. I want to do marketing videos. I want to talk about the design challenges a lot more after participating in several of them. I have loads of tips from community members who have been selling on SpoonFlower for years, and a lot of questions from community members that are just starting out with SpoonFlower or thinking about starting out with SpoonFlower. So we'll be answering those as well. I would also like to update you on what is my plan regarding SpoonFlower, and all of these videos will be placed in the SpoonFlower playlist. Now, I will leave a link down below to the SpoonFlower playlist, and if you're watching this video in the end of August of 2024, this is probably the only video on the playlist. But if you are watching this video after August 2024, check out the link in the description for the full playlist, because you might find some binge-worthy videos to set you on your way with SpoonFlower. I would love your opinion about SpoonFlower as a marketplace, this video in general, questions you may have, or comments on my own shop. I will leave a link to my shop in the description as well. I would like to end this video with a special thanks to 12 community members who commented or DM'd me for the Nova Tomato video, telling me that this shirt actually looks really good on me and I should wear it. So I'm wearing it today. It's from Nova Tomato. Link down below to the Nova Tomato review. But with that being said, that was it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new. And as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!